Hey guys, I'm here, Snow86, and we are back on Farming Sim. So today we have something quite simple, just catching up on some weeding. Now, I'm 90% sure I had this done already, but due to the reset and all that good jazz, I think when we reset the fields, I must have missed the whole weeds are sprayed and dead, so we haven't quite achieved that yet. So we're out here and we're just going to do our best to put it back to kind of where it was, maybe. So it shouldn't take us too long. We've some of the fields already done. This is the last field of the canola for the next year's harvest. So we should be in a pretty good place. Oh, ditch line. Should be in a very good place then, guys, after this. But like everything, something might crop up that I thought I had done and now with the reset might not have done, so we'll just keep going as we're going, see how it all plays out really. So other things on the agenda for the day, once we've this done, we probably will be advancing a little bit of time, just to kind of catch up to where we probably should have been. Obviously with things, it's all been messed up. So I think once we knock out this bit, we will then be looking at tree line. That's a bit rough actually in there, isn't it? We should then be pretty much looking at soybean harvest. I couldn't think of what I meant to say. Yeah, so we'll be looking roughly at a soybean harvest then, guys. So all going well, that's what we'll be moving on to next. So we're just going to push on now. We should be able to start clocking up a fair bit of speed here in a second once we get out of doing headlands, which we'll have pretty much done there now. So if you just back in here, GPS it, and weeder down, and away we go again. So it's a little bit of forwards and backwards, but as I say, coming up after this, we will be, I'm hoping, stuck into a soybean harvest. It involves skipping a day or two, but I'm not too pushed because I think we are in a good place to do that, guys. So that's the plan. Everything is out. I've added in the money for the shed. That is now done as well. So I think we're back to where we are. The hay bales are back on. Our straw bales are back. Our silo has been filled to what we had before the reset. So I think from here out, guys, we are kind of back to a normal scheduling. I say that lightly though, because as I say, and you've seen it before, plans tend to change around here, so we'll just have to see how we get on. But yeah, plans going forward. Now we have the loan system. We could look at buying an extra bit of land to keep us that bit busier. The cows should start turning over good money now, so I'd be hopeful going forward we'll be in a good place there. So that money should probably go towards paying a loan of some description. Implements we still need to pick up: slurry tanker, straw spreader, blower. If we do a straw blower, we then need a manure spreader. So those three items, an animal transport trailer will be essential at some stage. Maybe some, if we were really looking to do it right, we probably should go for a semi-truck, but not sure how that would work getting through the tight lane at Moss Valley. So we might have to look into that as well. Just make sure that we have the space to get trailers and trucks down lanes. But for now, we won't be overly concerned. We're just going to crack on and really and get this done. As I say, we have a couple of laps left to do on this, and then we should be back to start our soybean harvest, which I don't. And we are back, guys. So all going well. Things are going well. I can't complain. we are harvesting soybeans. So we have 2 fields to knock out. We won't get it all done today, but we'll definitely get this first field more or less wiped out as quick as we can anyway. And then we'll have probably a cut of grass, although we don't really need to, so we might skip it. We'll see how we're going. All in all, I think it will be, we probably will do some form of grass work. We just got to see what way it's going to pan out for us. So we've done 2 headlands here, and yeah, we're just tracking around now, trying to get it as best we can. So we're kind of on the ups and downs now, which is, I know, a little bit tedious, but again, gotta be done, guys, gotta be done. So we'll see how we're yielding. We're 46% there in the tank at the moment, so it's not too bad. And yeah, hopefully we will get, if we can get a trailer load out of this field, I'd be delighted. Soybeans is the cash crop. That's what will probably bring in the most money next, is it June? I think is the sell time for this. So important we have a good yield. Now, something I've noticed in the moisture mod, fields can get very, very patchy, and I'll show you that towards the end of this video, guys. Certain, well, it's not certain fields, it seems to be most fields. If the moisture is wrong, your chance of withering increases, which means you could actually end up with a complete failed crop. Now, how do you avoid this? I believe it is by watering. So actually, I think even though we bought the weeder and we were going to do it all that way, I think now spraying or having a sprayer on the farm is probably going to be more priority than a weeder, so we might end up doing a bit of a shuffle of equipment there. It could be a selling, what am I trying to say, we could be looking to offload the weeder in terms of picking up a sprayer. Now that will come with running costs, or we might keep the weeder and just use the sprayer for water. But if we have a sprayer, it probably makes more sense that we would use a little bit of herbicide on the weeds. Yeah, we'll have to think about that one. I would like to keep the whole as organic as we can, even though I know we use fertilizer and stuff, but hopefully in time we can go fully organic by using manure and slurry. That would be the game plan. But for now we don't have that option, so we're just going to have to do what we can. Ideally, precision farming would be the cure to all these issues. The quicker that comes out, the better for us. So yeah, we just have to kind of see how we get on here, but for now we're going to crack on and get this done. I will have to keep an eye on my canola. That's my biggest worry. So I don't know how much water we need to feed it. I suppose the only way to do it is test it out. And to test it out probably will mean spraying one of our fields with water and seeing kind of what happens, or even how many sprays of water that will take. I'd imagine not going to be just the one spray of water. So it will be interesting. Now, again, it depends if we get a wet climate or if the geo is set up right for the map. I'd be hoping we get away with it, because let's be honest, in England, Ireland, don't really need to spray your crops full of water. Yes, you can have, oh, you can actually see it already. So what we're going to do is jump out, and you'll see the little patches here now in the field. These are after withering, is my understanding of it. So when we get down here to the end of this run, we'll just shoot around and I'll kind of show you what I mean. You'll see it on the screen and stuff, and yeah, it is interesting, guys, I'm not gonna lie. It does make for an interesting development. You really have to look after that moisture level, I think, of the field is what prevents the chance of withering. So it is an interesting concept. But again, I think, I honestly think the map would probably need to be set up properly for it with the correct geo and stuff. Because, as I say, or I want to say, 9 out of 10 years in this part of the world, you probably don't need to irrigate fields. You might get that exceptionally good summer. And again, if we had an exceptionally good summer, 90% of us wouldn't be worried. Well, I'd say 90%, but there'd be a good chunk of us not worried about irrigation. So we'll run up here, and I think I had a spot. Oh, there, I have a spot here. So we'll bring up the HUD even. So you can see irrigation inactive. We're looking at the bottom right of the screen there, and I'll try and zoom in on it maybe if I can. So you'll see the moisture level is 2.14. Ideal moisture is between 12.5, 13.5. Withering chance 20%. Moisture retention 78%. So it'll hold on to a nice bit of moisture in this current state. I assume that's down to the canopy of the crop and all that stuff. But if I jump in here, you will see withering chances drop to 16 because it's already withered. So why I'm here now, I'm just going to yep, that's enabled. So we're just going to do a little flyover, and again you'll see we have quite a few patches in our fields, and the same here in this one. Now where it gets particularly interesting is the likes of this. So I would class this as a failed crop because, as you can see, there is a large chunk, and even here in the cotton is the same, and over there and there. These are sections, withering chance 0, you see 67% there. If I zoom across, 34. So you'll see the withering thing changes, the moisture level being 1.2 red or orange. It's probably 0.7, 0.5. Wow, that is 0 moisture in the ground. So you'll see crops all the way around the farm. Now this field doesn't seem to be too badly affected. And we did start with this from scratch, but again you can see here there's patches. This field again, another field here particularly hit hard. Spinach seems to be a tough crop to grow, and you can see it requires that extra bit of moisture. So I'm not sure, is it an issue with the mod where the moisture is sucked out of the ground too fast? Is it a geo issue where we should ideally, where's my farms over here? Is it a geo issue where, like this now, sorghum, it's all harvested, that's why we can't see it. But if I run in here, you'll see again what's in here. We have green beans, and again the moisture is down at 1.5, so something we're going to have to keep an eye on. Moisture levels. So if we just hover over our freshly fields, you can see they're all fairly green. There was a shower of rain earlier. Yeah, so we'll just have to see how that pans out. I do think we'll probably end up putting water in here sooner rather than later. Now again, over the winter our moisture levels should increase, and into spring, because you normally have kind of wet dry springs. So yeah, that is going to be something to consider, but that is interesting to see. Look at that. I would definitely say over a third of the field there is after withering, which is a massive hit to finances and recovering what you put into the field. So that is interesting to see. So we're going to have to keep an eye on that. Yeah, something to consider here with this moisture mod. But that being said, we'll bail out of this now and get back to our harvesting, because we're doing such a good job. And disable flights. The noise volume goes up. Jump in our harvester, and away we go again. So we're up to 64%. So we'll keep cracking on anyway, guys, but I just noticed this, and yeah, it's something I was going to kind of highlight towards the end of the video, but because we have it in this field, I just said I'd show it off there. So interesting how it tends to affect the crops. So I do believe it also affects the bales. So if you leave a straw bale out, for instance, in the rain, it should deteriorate. in its quantity, so it's very like the original Seasons mod. But yeah, moisture level, guys, interesting addition to the game. So we'll keep playing with it, and we'll eventually get it figured out, no doubts. But definitely interesting. It'll be interesting to see how it plays in with Seasons when that, or not Seasons, precision farming when that's released. If that's released, there was talks of it being after March, and we're after March, so fingers crossed that we get that as well at some stage, guys. For now, we'll concentrate back to our harvest, because the longer we keep these crops down in the ground, the more chance we have of losing it due to lack of moisture in the ground. So we're just going to crack on, keep going. I wonder, is it an hourly update? Maybe that's a thing. I'm not sure. Not sure. So for now, we're going to bait on, guys, and we're just going to keep harvesting. And there's probably going to be some expensive mistakes made here, but again, I could be wrong in saying it, but I find that is a little bit like farming. There is decisions you will make, be it to water a field or fertilize a field, and you don't know what the summer is going to hold. Are you going to get a good dry summer, and that struggles with your crop? So instead of having a yield drop, what it's doing, it's destroying the crop. So that's effectively your yield drop, is my quick understanding of it. I'm open to be proved wrong. But if any of you have a bit more experience with this mod, guys, hit me up, let me know. Do I need to water? Is this something I need to take seriously? Because in my mind, I saw it, you could water your crops. I went, yeah, nobody really waters the crop whole pipe. Obviously in very dry areas, like I'm thinking top of my head, Australia, Central America, you have irrigation. Certain parts of Europe have irrigation, but as I say, UK, Ireland, there is probably irrigation here, but we just don't see the whole part of it. So yeah, it's interesting. So I waffled on for long enough. We're going to bait on here, guys, and keep harvesting away. And yeah, we'll keep an eye on that moisture mod, that realistic weather, I think it's called. Yeah, we'll see what effects it has. So for now, I'm going to crack on, keep harvesting, keep getting this soybean crop in, because we need to. And we'll be back next day, I'd imagine, finishing off the harvest and probably testing out maybe the watering of our canola, because I'd imagine that will be a priority, which means we probably end up with a loan out to buy a sprayer. They're not cheap, and we'll definitely want a big one that can carry 4,000 to 5,000 litres, so we're not really spraying it all at one section, driving back. Either that, or we'll end up having to buy one of those spray trailers like you see in America and stuff. So yeah, we've decisions to make here now, basically. It's just this story, guys. So yeah, we're going to crack on, we're going to keep going, and yeah, this could affect the income on the farm. I like it. It makes it a lot more challenging, actually, when I think about it. So yeah, interesting. So guys, until then, I've been Snowman86, this is Moss Valley, and until next time, we'll see you all again, guys. Take care.